Hi, it's Troy, and today we're watching Criminal Minds, Season 18, Episode 2, The Zookeeper. Reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and let's go. So why are we seeing them happy? What's going to happen to make them unhappy?
Protect yourself against getting too close.
I feel like we're pretty close right now.
Emotionally speaking.
Physically.
You're wrong. I'm not going anywhere.
Good. Apart from to work. Voigt's awake?
Oh, hang on. Our duty calls.
Was it not the Voigt's awake? Because that happened when Penelope was still
fucking
there.
kidding?
When they knocked on Gino's door.
He confessed that Orloff reached out with a cash offer for his family.
I knew it was
If
Voight who'd
his
done it.
nephew whacked Voit. Help me, we're a team.
He's off to Alabama? I can't remember where he was off to. He should still be handcuffed. Come on, Voight paid for the attack.
While he is cognizant of his surroundings, Mr. Voit appears to be suffering from a retrograde amnesia.
Of course he fucking isn't.
Dr. Ochoa, are you saying
Unable to speak beyond a handful of monosyllables.
I don't buy it. I mean, send him to
Ochoa,
a
are you
psych
aware
ward or
of his
secure
background?
facility or
Dr.
something.
Lewis,
But
whatever his criminal record is, it is completely irrelevant to his recovery.
will
apart from the fact that his background suggests he would lie about something like this and be very good at lying about something like this. Now, obviously, I don't know how medicine works if you can actually detect amnesia on like a brain scan to be like, oh no, it's there, I see it. But we know he has brain issues, but they probably were there before.
Mr. Voit may never be the same man ever again.
Well, that's always for the better.
Dad?
I think he's fucking with them. I mean, he genuinely might have actual medical trauma issues, but I don't believe him.
Be declared incompetent.
and they'll just let him walk right out the door.
They're not gonna, they can't do, can they do that?
Yes, they can. Under the
I mean, surely obviously, like, I think there is an argument to be had if he genuinely loses all his memories and becomes someone that is, like, physically not able to murder people because he's weak or whatever, especially. But, you know, if he doesn't have the memories, then he personally didn't do it. But I still think, given that he is still the same person, he should be locked up somewhere. Even if it's a fairly nice place, he still needs to be locked
First
up.
step act.
Emily, sorry, but I leave for my field assignment in Mobile in like...
About
Alabama.
that, kid. Change of plans.
With Voit back in
Of
play
course.
and your intimate knowledge of the Sicaria.
You're welcome. What's your name?
How many people have you killed?
Start by putting the numbers where they belong.
Thing is, if you're faking, you know to fake it.
Now, put the hands at 10 past 11.
But pretending a decent amount of competency. I'm not sure my bedside manner could be this good
Tell
with a
me
serial killer.
anything I show you.
We almost need to be doing this while having something attached to his brain. Like I mean, obviously I think that would freak him out, especially if he is telling the truth. Like, to like read his brainwaves, like a lie detector. I know lie detector tests aren't valid in court or whatever, but, and he could definitely beat one, but. More of a reaction to that.
My father?
Come on, do you really think the Void is that good? That I can sit across from him, looking him directly in the eye,
Yes.
and be fooled by his lies?
I'm sorry, but yes.
That's what really scares me.
That's the problem with Voight. Voight is this next level serial. He's not your run-of-the-mill serial killer that you meet every week on Criminal Minds. He is that level above, and we can't take it for granted that he isn't. Now, I also agree that we can't just say, he's faking it, shove him in Gen Pop. Of course not. We need to continue doing these evaluations, or lull him into a false sense of security. We need to do it with brain scans on. We need to keep looking. But Voight is good enough to fool them. Whether he is or not is unclear. Basically, it comes down to if Voight paid his lawyer to do this, or if the lawyer was trying to get rid of him. Like, that is what it comes down to. Who is actually responsible for this? Voit or the lawyer?
Okay, I'm gonna bet every pair of glasses I own this is not gonna be a cute cat video.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
You know I can do this.
No, Tyler, this is not about me.
We're going to save her.
Oh, God.
We are gonna come for you and we are gonna save you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is she bringing someone else home?
Wish I weren't such a klutz. Is this weird?
No, it's fine. I love champagne.
Oh, don't drink it. Don't drink anymore, please. Yeah, you're gonna get you, you bitch.
It's gonna be alright.
Skateboard.
The more it seems like he's telling the truth, the less I believe him, which makes no sense, I'm aware.
See inside the guy's head. So Dr. Ochoa is suggesting that we run a PCLR empathy test at the same time that we conduct a positron emission topography scan.
I mean, it can't
I gotta
hurt.
tell you, I am gonna need a shitload of science on this one for me
Oh
to
yeah, I don't
believe
need the
Voit.
details, but that seems...
So we're talking roughly the start of the pandemic.
Since around the time Voit put together his network.
They were
And you know, what really gets my blood up is that the local authorities are like, oh, sex workers and domestic abuse and drugs. So couldn't possibly be that they are actually missing. They must have.
We will find your sister, too, and bring her home.
You can't promise that.
Thank you.
You can promise you will do everything in your power to find her, Rossi. You can't promise you will find her. That's
True.
101
He's
rookie mistake.
You're over.
Still there?
Yeah.
He's gonna go torture
frustrating.
some women.
Just can't.
At least I
control
hope
anything
plural,
in this
because that
life.
means they're both alive.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want him to torture multiple women, but if he does, it means they are both alive to be tortured. She's you a year on.
And my master's plaything. What?
She's been here too long. We need to get her out of here. Adds to his torture, showing his new victim what
Jealous.
became of his old. God, how much he trusts her that she has a razor near him. We can get you out of here and we can heal you. It won't be a quick process, but it'll happen.
Thank you.
You can heal from this. We will build you back. Oh, he's gonna kill her now. That's why you never promised, Rossi.
Get together this weekend, but the thing is, crazy thing, I met this really cute guy, and he wants to take me to Miami for like the next 2 weeks.
Hello? AI? It's not that hard. Still, I'll admit, I had a little help.
Destroy
But
the
to
planet
recap-
with AI and murder people. Great.
Nobody's riding.
The VAU couldn't save the last girls, but they will save you, I promise.
Why did I make that promise?
Have you run facial
You
recognition?
care.
I
That's
have.
why.
Her name is Tia Ryder.
Miami for like the next 2 weeks. So I'll call you when I'm back. Love you.
Disgusting.
This voice message was sent to Tia's.
They all have the exact same kinds of forgeries.
Son of a bitch.
Voit taught him all this shit.
Rossi shouldn't go and visit him. Rossi should not. I don't trust Rossi in here because whether we think Voigt's lying or not, I don't trust that Rossi's not going to do something that is ACAB-y. And that is both A, a violation of Voigt's rights, as despicable as the man is, B, will also destroy Rossi's life. I have to trust Rossi, but I don't know why they let him come here. Not even if he does nothing, Voigt's team can still claim he was harassing him. Like, even if he is the most perfect Rossi there is. See, this is ACAB. You can't do that. That's giving Voit what he wants. Whether he's currently aware that he wants it or not is not the point.
I anticipate that as soon as Voit is assigned new counsel, you guys are going to be barred from any further competency evaluations.
Is there any way around it?
Why did they let Rossi go?
Voigt's.
Voit is a psychopath.
Not anymore.
Is that actually true? Because that is insane. And then that does pose the question of what the fuck do you do? If it's genuine, what do you do with him? Because he's not the man he was, but he's still physically the body of the man he was. Is it almost like in a sci-fi type, fantasy type thing where someone gets possessed? When they get unpossessed, I never blame them for the actions because it's not their fault. But this is the real world. This isn't a thing where there are aliens coming and invading your mind or even just swaying you to be different to what you were. It's himself, but if his mind is different, like what would you do? And if he had killed someone you loved, but he wasn't the same person, I think you'd almost need him to live in like a facility where like he couldn't leave, he didn't have freedom, but for as long as he was still presenting like this, he could still watch whatever he wanted on TV and, you know, choose his own meals or something. You know, like a degree of freedom, but not actual freedom. I don't, what would you do?
Owen. Grabbing a guy she said that she met at a Christmas party last year.
Where?
Hanson Mutual Insurance.
We
They
found
got an
his
office out in
workplace.
Georgetown.
She give you a name.
What about her?
Well, they said she's dead, and they want to talk to you.
Why?
So you call him?
Why do you think?
Men! This is what we mean when
Dude,
we say
talk
yes,
to
all
me.
men.
What's going
Don't
on?
warn your buddy the FBI
What
think he's a
did
killer.
you tell them?
Heading over there right now.
Like, you just killed a woman, okay? Go to prison. Genuinely the guy on the other friend. Like, you think it's your friend. If your friend is innocent, the FBI are not going to find incriminating evidence that he's murdered a woman in his house.
We could have had so much fun together.
Do you think he's gonna kill her and hide her body before the FBI make it here? No. Honestly, they need to find out that the guy from his work phoned and sent him to prison for obstructing a case and accessory to murder,
This
whatever.
Zookeeper is one.
Yep, she's not docile anymore. You haven't beaten her down. You still might. Get the knife, sweetheart. That works too. That works too. Over his head. Good girl. Like, I want him alive, but my priority right now is her alive.
FBI! Tia!
You can stop now.
Tia Ryder! You have to let him go.
He's going to prison for the rest of his life, I promise.
Clyde Smash, show me your hands.
The blade, he's got the blade. Shoot him in the arm and shoot him in the shoulder.
Doesn't have to
Shoot
end
him in the
this way.
shoulder.
I need medical!
Like, the minute he had the blade, shoot him in the shoulder, he'll drop it.
He didn't ask for them because he's been otherwise indisposed.
But how do we know that that's not part of a plan that Voit put into motion?
I
before he
100%
was
do
even
think
arrested?
that.
So you
I need to be the one to tell Sabrina
You
Travers'
should
sister,
never have
Elsie.
promised.
Yeah.
It's just so awful as well, because it's not even just your sister's dead, it's your sister's dead and she was tortured in unimaginable ways for over a year before.
I mean, come on, you did everything you could.
It's first assignment. Let the team down.
You saved Tia.
No, you didn't.
She kind of
Feels that
saved
way.
herself, but you know, she wasn't successfully strangling the
Feelings
man.
are not facts.
Mom, I have practice today after school, so pickups later.
Yep, I remember. Bye.
Which of these? How is that child so big?
Dude.
Oh no!
Is that your mom?
Oh no!
It's not nothing. It's badass.
Her head is in a very bad place because she lives in terror. Yep. I did wonder why he was showing it in front of her, if it was the bad thing.
I just feel kind of weird.
Oh my god, please, we had a whole season of thinking his health was going down the
Well,
toilet. Don't you
okay?
dare do this to me now.
I just need a minute.
For fuck's sake, we had a whole season where I was convinced his mum was going to die and he didn't.
come on. Will, wake up.
We literally had a whole season of thinking that man was dying and he didn't.
Any for your
I mean,
thoughts?
I did.
He's not gonna end up remembering much of anything.
He will.
He's fucking Voit.
Oh my god.
It's not. He's gonna be fine.
Well, I don't see.
So if Voight did leave behind a plan for his followers to rise up, then we need to get it out of him.
You need to play Daddy Voit. Please tell me Will's okay. Just hurt. No, don't be that upset.
Saying that Will suffered an aneurysm.
How is that possible? He was dealing with some sort of thyroid thing, right?
He'd had that taken care of.
That's
Yeah,
what
we
JJ told
spent
the doctors.
a whole fucking season thinking that man was going to die and he didn't. Don't you do this now.
But they told her they found signs of a spontaneous rupture of the inferior thyroid artery.
Which they say is rare, but
No.
He's gone.
No.
Will's dead.
That's completely unnecessary and I'm actually pissed off with them. Absolutely unnecessary. You don't need to kill characters off for things to be interesting. You don't need to kill characters' partners off for their personal lives to be interesting. Like, you don't need to do that at all. Especially when you had a whole season where we followed JJ home to her personal life and I was convinced we were going to watch Will die. Then you gave him medical issues during that plotline and those medical issues were not fatal, to then randomly bring it back in this episode and this season and be like, well, he's dead now. Unnecessary. I don't care. And like, if the actor was busy, because I know he wasn't able to be around, I don't think, in the previous season, that's okay. We don't have to follow JJ home, or when we do, Will can be out on a case. Will can be working. Unfortunately, work has taken him across the country, and that's okay. We don't have to have this happen. I'm pissed off. Like, if they'd kept it on that too much longer, I would be crying, but as things stand, I'm pissed off. Again, I'm not like, how could this, like, I'm not writing this show off. It has done this sort of thing before. I don't think this is an unforgivable thing, but I do think it's entirely unnecessary, sloppy work on the behalf of the writers. Characters can have interesting lives without killing people. And it's bad enough that Rossi had to lose his wife in between the show and the original show and the reboot. Like, this is unnecessary. Next up, sorry, Tara, your girlfriend's next. Emily, you seeing anyone? He's next. You know, like, well, it's ridiculous. Now, obviously, they might, who knows where they're going with this, what kind of powerful episode, what kind of powerful stuff will happen in the next episode. Maybe I'll be sobbing my heart out, but God, I've been trying to convince my mum that she did want to watch the reboot, and now she's never going to. She doesn't like people being killed off pointlessly, and that's what this is. Okay, the episode itself, deeply dark and twisted in true Criminal Minds style. You know, it's always an uncomfortable watch, Criminal Minds. Like, it is one of those shows where other people refer to it as like their comfort show, but I think it's a degree of the characters are so fantastic. Like, the BAU are so lovable. Their interrelationship is so endearing. And they catch the bad guy 9 times. Like, I think they always ultimately catch the bad guy. Like, bad things happen on the way. Maybe they get away for a while, but like 99 times out of 100, they manage to catch the bad guy. So you can kind of have that sense of relief and justice at the end of it all. But yeah, the killer in this case, terrifying, disgusting, as to be expected. And the idea of Voight's network kicking back up, and you know, I'm still like, at this point, I'm leaning towards Voight does have a traumatic brain injury, and this is genuine. But I don't. It's Voight. It's Voight, so I'm never gonna 100% believe that. Every single character in this show, including Rossi, can be like, no, he's definitely not faking it. Not gonna believe you. I'm gonna be like, he had a plan this whole time, because maybe he didn't think the attack would go as far as it did. Maybe the brain injury wasn't a part of the plan. He just thought we'd get a little bit injured. I don't know. But I still fully believe Voight was behind him being jumped in prison. Now, I don't think the inmates knew Voight was behind it, but I think he knew he had a shiv there. He knew he'd get a bit hurt. He could attack them. Then he'd look like the victim. And he could play whatever card he's playing now. I wouldn't be surprised if it does turn out he's fully cognizant right now. He is not currently suffering from a brain injury. The fact that his brain was lighting up and oh my god, my brain. I have brain fog sometimes and I literally cannot remember his name. He's one of the main characters. I really like him. I want to call him Eric, and I feel like he was Eric in CSI Miami. So maybe I'm losing my mind. But him being like, no, he's a psychopath, that part of his brain would not light up. And the fact that it is interesting. Because does that suggest that Voight actually never was a psychopath? Not that he's healed, he is faking it, but he has always felt guilt or he's always been capable of it, but he just has a warped view of it. Because I think you can be a bad person, you can be someone that we would colloquially call a psychopath without being someone that is by literal definition a psychopath. I don't know. Or is he genuinely a changed person? Because if he is genuinely not the same person he was, genuinely a kinder, genuine, empathetic person, what do you do with that? Because he still has untold amounts of blood on his hands. He has still hurt so many people and killed so many people, but he is not the consciousness that did that. I don't even know how you begin to unpack that. In the legal terms, I don't think just letting him walk free is the right answer, but I also don't think sending him to a maximum security prison is the right answer if that is the case, because he doesn't know. He is innocent, but he's also not innocent. It's so, like, I don't know. I still think maybe like almost like a care facility that's not really safe from the other inmates, but somewhere where you're supervised 24/7, but you have a decent amount of freedom would be the right answer for him. I guess we'll see where they go with it, whether he is genuine or not. The show is obviously now moving into that he is genuine, but I'm never going to be 100% on that one. I don't care. But it's fascinating. There's the idea of Rossi. Now, I think if he is faking it, the more time Rossi spends with him, the more likely Rossi is to see that he is faking it. I feel like, narratively speaking, he isn't faking it because that's more interesting than it ultimately being a plan he had the whole time, but I refuse to discount this. And I still definitely think him being jumped in prison was his plan, because yes, maybe it was the lawyer, but the fact that the lawyer was like getting in touch with the zookeeper and all that kind of, like, I feel like this is all part of Voight's plan. And I am stressed to see where it goes next. Pissed off about what they just did with JJ and Will. And yeah, looking forward to next week, but also really not, because it's going to be depressing. And yeah, I will need to read an interview with a bloody good justification for this, because I don't currently believe there is one. JJ's personal life is complicated enough with 2 working cops, essentially, with 2 teenage boys. That's plenty to juggle without needing to kill one of them off. So I do think that's lazy writing. Or how can we make JJ's life interesting? Murder a husband. For one thing, we shouldn't have to focus on JJ's life if you can't think of another way to make it interesting. There are plenty of characters in this show. Anyway, I'm really angry actually, because JJ and Will have been a thing from like so early on in this show. You know, actually the reason I'm having to try and convince my mum to watch Criminal Minds is because she's still angry that they did the fan servicey Reed and JJ have always been in love with each other. And that doesn't anger me as much, but my mum always felt like they were completely devaluing the relationship we'd seen built between Will and JJ by saying she'd always actually been in love with Reed and Will was second best, and that really pissed her off, so she's never doesn't want to watch it anymore. And I've been slowly but surely trying to convince her, no, that's a thing of the past. Now I'm like, fucking hell, Reed's coming back this season so I can get with JJ. Again, I don't hate the idea of them together, but I do hate the idea that they actually always loved each other and she wishes she'd been with him instead of Will. I don't think the episode 100% presented it like that, but it kind of had those vibes, which I didn't love, but I'm not as against it as my mum was. But yeah, that's really depressing. I do love this show though, as weird as it is to say you love a show as terrible as this, you know, you know what I mean. Reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching.